If you're a buyer during a seller's market, what can you do to compete? Let's find out. Before we begin, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, my name is Brian and I'm a realtor here in Massachusetts. Also joining us today is our junior producer, who also happens to be my daughter. She'll be joining us remotely. Junior producer, can you hear us?
Absolutely.
Last week you told the people at home that they have to smash the like button. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that still holds true this week? They should still smash the like button?
Yes, please.
I know you've been asking for a little more airtime. Why don't you take a quick second just to show the people your production skills really quickly. Very impressive. Now let's talk real estate.
Real estate talk.
As you probably know, on each side of every real estate transaction exists a buyer and a seller. The sellers, for the most part, are looking for the absolute highest price they can get for their property, while the buyers are looking for the best value. Sometimes conditions exist within the market that favor one side very heavily over the other. These are known as buyers' markets or sellers' markets. Today we're going to be talking about sellers' markets. A seller's market is created when, in any particular area, there are many buyers looking at a limited amount of houses for sale. This increases the competition and causes bidding wars to start. Now, bidding wars are great if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, you really don't want to have to participate in anything like that. There are some tactics, though, that you can use to help yourself compete. Tip number 1 for buying in a seller's market: be prepared. If you're showing up to an open house or a private showing without already having been pre-qualified, then you've already lost. It's always a good idea to have pre-qualification done before you see a house, but it's especially critical in a seller's market because the race is on the moment the house hits the market. Tip number 2, make a strong offer. With the sellers in the driver's seat, there's no time for lowball offers or going back and forth and negotiating. You've got to make sure that first offer is very close to the top of your budget. You might want to leave some room in your budget to negotiate, but if your first offer comes in too low, the sellers might not get back to you at all. They may have already accepted another offer. Step number 3, consider waiving contingencies. The 3 most common types of contingencies are a financing contingency, a home sale contingency, and an inspection contingency. We'll talk about all 3 of those now. With homes around the greater Boston area costing $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 and much more, sometimes waiving the financing contingency is just not going to be an option. The fact of the matter is that most of us are going to need some kind of financing at any of those price points. Now, if you happen to be sitting on a pile of cash, feel free to use it and waive that financing contingency. Your offer is probably going to go straight to the top of the pile. If you're like many of the viewers of my channel, you're a first-time home buyer, this isn't going to apply to you. But if you do happen to own property that you have to sell before buying your new property, you're going to have to include a home sale contingency. Fair warning though, this will weaken your offer considerably. In a seller's market, there will likely be many other offers on every property that do not include a home sale contingency. If there's any way to avoid it, try to do so. Unlike the home sale contingency or the financing contingency, the decision to waive the inspection contingency is simply a choice, but it's a choice that could carry a significant amount of risk. Without an inspection contingency, your offer will immediately be at the head of the pack. However, you also won't have the opportunity to have the inspection. Without the assistance of a professional inspector, it can be very difficult for you to truly understand the condition of the home that you're about to put a lot of money into. This is a big decision, so work with your realtor and try to calculate that risk as best you can. As always, thank you for watching, and check back in every Friday for a brand new video on tips to help you buy a home. Now, where's my junior producer at?
What's up, guys?
Hit that music.